tilting it until is it gonna snap off?
No, like you.
Is that, I have to stand on my tiptoes. I mean,
I think if you turn it, I can help you if you want. Would you like a hand?
This could be, I'll get a little extra, I'll do some calf raises, get some exercise. Hey guys, so sometimes when I purchase something online that's in US dollars, I ask my brother, who is here, everybody, my wonderful brother, because he has a US credit card and I don't. And I'll ask him to pay, and then I PayPal him the amount, because I don't want to pay Canadian card for you, whatever. Anyway, and I buy a lot of like workshops and courses because I have all these like mental health things, right? So one time I bought this thing called, it was like a course by this company called Therapy Wisdom. And my brother paid for it. And then later he sent me a message. He was like, oh my God, Masha, I just saw an invoice or statement, I don't even, whatever, from the Rapey Wisdom. What is this? Like, is that from you? I was like, so that's how he parsed that. The Rapey Wisdom. And it was called The Rapey Wisdom, Online Courses and Certifications. And I was like, yeah, I mean, what can I say, bro? Like, I'm really into Rapey Wisdom, I mean, I'm sorry this is how you're finding out, but anyway, I also appreciate that I don't have to set up my laptop. If you've seen me here before, I'm always like fiddling with this old little Chromebook and trying to record myself. But my brother, he's rich and he's high tech. He actually has a smartphone. So he's just recording this whole thing in a smartphone. I only have a flip phone, so he's pretty awesome. Okay, and in honor of Easter, I wanted to tell a little story that happened recently. So, did you guys see the Jesus Christ Superstar at West Ferris Secondary School? It was like, sorry? Oh, okay. Oh, me too. Oh, sweet. Yay, Jews. But anyway, so did you guys? It's not totally related to what I'm saying here, but that's good to know. But also, so there was the Jesus Christ Superstar at West Ferris, and it was really good, like awesome show, so well done for high school students. And in the intermission, I was there with a couple of friends. In the intermission, one of my friends came out, and I know this rock opera by heart. Like, even though I'm a Jew, I love Jesus Christ Superstar. I love it. And I knew everything. And my friend was like, I've never seen this before. I don't even know what, the story or like the plot here. I was like, spoiler alert. Bam, 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 bam. He dies in the end. That's how it ends. Little Easter humor. Yeah. Next paper here. Moving on to the next paper. So I am a Russian Jew who grew up in Alabama, and people often ask me why I don't have a Russian accent or an Alabama accent. And my theory is that the accents are just so opposite that they collided and annihilated each other. Sort of like mutually assured destruction, but the linguistic version. And similarly, so I just ended up with this bland, nondescript, boring English accent. And the same thing happened with my personality, because there was the Russian side and the Alabama side, but like a lot of people are like, I'm Russian and I'm proud, and then there's all these Southern Alabama people who are like, I'm from Alabama and I'm so proud, Southern pride. And like, I don't know, I don't really have either one because they collided, annihilated each other. I don't know what the hell I am. All I know is I'm not proud of it. That's all I'm left with. And the process of colliding was long and painful, and it ruined most of my childhood. Like, for example, my mom, who is also here right now with my 3-year-old, so for some reason, when I was like in 2nd or 1st grade back in Alabama where I was raised, She thought it was a good idea to show my second grade classmates a home video where we were like touring St. Petersburg. So my classmates saw these boring shots of, the Winter Palace and us, swimming along the canals and me bathing topless in public in a fountain. So I mean, in Europe, like, being topless is no big deal. In Alabama, a 2-year-old girl cannot go to a kiddie pool without a top to hide her, like, prodigious breast. So I don't know which culture got it right. All I know is that the sound of my classmates, half of them shrieking in horror, half of them laughing at me, that's probably the reason I'm up here tonight, seeking the approval of this lovely crowd of strangers. Hopefully I can get your approval without resorting to, another fountain scene, but I mean, I'll do what it takes, honestly. And I can still speak Russian, and it's true what they say. Like, having a second language has so many advantages. The main one is I can talk trash about people who are standing right next to me. It's so handy. That's how I spent my childhood, basically, just standing with my parents in the Walmart checkout line, being like, ooh, she looks weird. Aw, Mom, like, look, he has 7 different kinds of yogurt. Like, do you think that's for medicinal purposes? Like, it was great. So I thought that I was going to be different and quirky and get a coach instead of a therapist, because unlike therapy, coaching is totally unregulated, which means you get double the experimental treatments for half the cost. And I really need the cost reduction, because in the past 2 years, I've worked with a parenting coach, a health coach, and a relationship coach. Which, if you've been here before, you've already heard me be like, I was actually a sex coach. Full joke. We actually never ended up talking about sex, because by that point I had 2 kids, so like, why talk about, what's dead and gone and in the past. And if any of you have kids and you're still having sex, I will hire you as my sex coach, okay? Just saying. But one day, my health coach actually was like, I was like, I don't need therapy. One day, my coach was like, Masha, maybe you should actually see a real therapist. And I mean, like, she was right. I'm a really anxious person. That's why I decided to have two children. I thought I'd, pass that on. And I thought that having 2 would help with anxiety, because if one ended up being a member of ISIS or, an unemployed wannabe stand-up comedian, there's still a chance that the other one would be able to validate all of my life choices. Of course, it took my parents 3 tries over the span of 18 years to make one decent human being. It's not me, and it's not him. It's my younger brother, actually. But I can't go for number 3. Like, I am done. I am so done. Decent or not. Because like, the kids are super hard. And like, I know that when I break down and I yell at my kids and I curse and whatever, I know that that's just like, I just need to apologize and repair the rupture. And that just teaches them that I'm human and it's okay to be a flawed human, they just see my humanity. But like, do they really have to see my humanity several times a day? Like, wouldn't bi-weekly humanity be enough, So like, for example, here's something that often happens with me and my kids. So I'll take my kids to like, a playgroup somewhere. And I'll bring a little snack, like little healthy mandarin orange, and I'm feeling it. Just like, hey, give my daughter a little snack. That's how I feel. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, like, I did it again. This always happens. Like, this is so inappropriate. Like, I'm giving these children such unrealistic expectations for the proportions of male genitalia. Like, it's so inappropriate. actually I wanted to do audience vote for where I go next. So by round of applause, who would like me to talk more about like pregnancy and how much I hate children? All right. Who wants to hear an embarrassing like admission? Like who wants to? Wow, that was very clear.
That was good.
All right, so yeah, so I have something a little embarrassing to admit. I don't know if it's what you wanted to hear about, but you know, it's too late now. So guys, I don't think I would get any sleep if it wasn't for my pod. It's kind of hard to admit this, but it just helps me calm down enough to fall asleep. And I can relax knowing it's right there when I need it in the middle of the night. Maybe some of you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, you guys kind of know? I guess it's Canada, right? Okay, oh, phew, okay. I thought I would be the only one who uses a chamber pot. Yeah, I mean, it's comforting to know I'm not alone. One time a friend came over and her 4-year-old daughter saw my little pink chamber pot. I don't know why she was going through the closets, but and she's like, "What's this weird bowl, Mommy? Do people eat from this? What is this?" And so the mom explained that I'm pretty old-fashioned, so I'm potty training my children with this little old-fashioned, enamel chamber pot. And I had to be like, no, actually, I urinate into that every night. I'm potty training myself, actually. Yeah, and I need it because there's a staircase between, and a hallway between me and the bathroom, the nearest washroom when I sleep. So if I go like for a hike in the middle of the night, which I do multiple times a night, I can't fall back asleep. And yeah, I pee like 5 times a night. First of all, I wake up, I have insomnia, I wake up often, but I also have this weird thing. Like, I have to pee as the very, very last thing I do before I sleep. So like, if I pee and then I yawn, I have to go pee again. And even if I do pee the last thing before I lie down, it takes me so long to fall asleep that by the time, like most nights, I find myself with the same quandary that has plagued my mortal soul for years. To pee or not to pee? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the bladder to suffer the vague pokes and prods of negligible urinary pressure, or to take arms against a sea of urine, and by releasing the pelvic floor muscles, end them. Thank you very much. I'm very talented. So thank you, because at that point I only slightly have to pee, right? So do I do it or do I stay in bed and try to fall asleep? And once I have this thought, like there is only one answer. Like I have to pee. Because if I don't pee, my attention is like laser focused on my bladder. And it's just like I'm monitoring the minuscule increases in pressure until the only way out of the situation is through my urethra. And by now it's 20 minutes later, I'm already a third of an hour, and I'm already sleep deprived, and now I'm so anxious about sleeping that I can't sleep at all. But at least with my chamber pot, I don't need to actually leave my chamber. I don't even turn on the light. Like, I've executed this maneuver so many times, I do it in the dark. It's just muscle memory. I throw my legs over the side of the bed, squat, reach for the chamber pot, relieve myself, clean up, slowly slide the pot back into position, very slowly so as not to cause any waves, especially as it fills up over the course of the night. And most nights, this system works perfectly. And my night time is maximized. There are some flaws, however. For example, one time my son came into my bedroom at night and somehow managed to throw my noise-canceling headphones into the chamber pot, which was not empty at the time. But don't worry, I never use those headphones again, okay? I have some standards. And the other flaw is, sometimes when you pee, when you release those, pelvic floor muscles, sometimes another, more solid friend decides to come along for the ride. Hey, wait up, hold that door open, I'm coming. So I'm pretty sure that one of these days, I'm gonna squat over my little chamber pot in the dark, let a little pee out, and then shit all over my bedroom carpet. That seems like a good place to end. I don't know. I have one more little quick one. I don't know. Is there time? Should I go? Oh, yeah. I also wanted to make sure. So I'm very concerned. As a Jew, I'm very worried. I know there's some kind of discount for people who come up, for people who are performing. But what is it? And does it apply to my table? This is of utmost importance. Is it a percentage? Do we all get the percentage? Is it just $5, $10 off? Seriously, does anyone know? Can we order a bunch more crap? All right, no one's. So this has been very stressful for me. I've been wanting an answer the whole night. Oh, I feel like you're trying to get me off the stage. Can I do my last one, or should I? Off the stage. All right, I think I'm being put off the stage. Oh. That feels like go. That's Adam. That's like get out. Okay, fine. Okay. Last thing. Very last thing. So I was just watching some stand-up comedy the other night before I went to bed, just to not feel my feelings, right? And it was Patton Oswalt's comedy special on Netflix. I think it's called Annihilation or something. And I was just getting to that sweet spot where I'm something between mildly entertained and kind of numb and tired and just getting ready to lie down to sleep. And then he starts talking about when his wife died, very tragically, and how he had to break the news to their only daughter. It's very sad. And I was like, fuck you, Patton. I mean, my daughter's here, but fuck you, Patton. Okay, this is not part of the deal, okay? I am here to postpone sadness every night until eventually I don't wake up one morning, okay? And, then I will have beat sadness, okay? That is my trick to a rich, full, and meaningful life. So, fuck you, Patton. Okay.